Hello, it's Andrew again, and hopefully I want to share with you something which is potentially a happy story. This is a Connemara that I'm treating which has laminitis and is in recovery, and this is typical of a lot of cases, so I thought I'd just share with you where we're at so far. Here we've got this stance, typical laminitic stance, tucked up. You see the abdomen tight, and when this horse is asked to move, it's pitiful, it's painful to watch. To see, this is the first image on this little video clip. Just doesn't want to move, and that really hurts. Poor horse. So we're at the cracked egg stage. The suspension of the weight of the horse through the bone column is compromised, and these x-rays, the left fore x-ray here, these were taken at the same time as that video clip was, 2nd of May, 1st or 2nd of May. And at a glance, the x-ray looks good. The phalangeal alignment looks fairly good, and there is some depth of sole, not a lot. But what is noticeable to me is that the laminae are inflamed. It's difficult to see clearly, but the hoof wall and the laminal layer, usually the hoof wall is thicker than the vascular laminal layer. But that's the first left fore. Clinically, we could see the horse was a typical laminitic. Right fore, there is some divergence of the dorsal hoof wall there. The bone column again is in good alignment, and there's still some reasonable depth in the sole. And when we move on to look at the hind limbs, now that looks relatively normal, albeit there is a bit of vertical growth, depth. So radiographically, they don't look bad. Moving on to, this is him with all 4 feet shod. All 4 feet were painful and affected, and even sometimes when the front feet are so painful, they try and get the weight off onto the hind limbs, and so they need a bit of help. If they've got a big proud frog or a large frog, then that might do. But if the frog is in any way recessed, they need the ground bringing up to the frog so as the bone column doesn't pile drive its way through the sole in an excruciating way that it does. It's a lovely horse. So that's the image post-shoeing. And we ask him to walk now. And you see he's clearly pensive, and he's expressing some pain, but far more comfortable. Move on 5 weeks. This is the 2nd visit, so it's the 5th of June, I believe, yeah. And he's looking pretty chipper. And this is when a lot of people think, well, the x-rays weren't that bad, and he's moving about. Let's get him moving. No, we've got a cracked egg here. He's just went out and went back into his stable. Even though it's a small amount of detachment, it doesn't get back together, and it will come out. That's exactly what I want to see. It will grow out, and the hoof wall and sole will further detach, and it's to a greater or lesser degree with each case. It's difficult to define exactly how. So the stills here show, this is the left fore. The sole's just crumbling away, the old sole of exfoliating or sloughing sole's coming away. And there's a pocket of blood, which can to many people be quite alarming to see. But what is important to know is the sole above that has regenerated. This crumbly stuff's just coming away. We need to keep that clean and dry. This pony, horse, whatever, was in a very good level of comfort throughout this recovery, barring about 5 or 6 weeks previous to this last visit, which I'm now at 15 weeks. He had a toe infection, which thankfully the vet was on hand when I was away on holiday, and she released it from just under the sole, and that episode lasted for about getting on for a week. But all 4 feet, this was happening to, much greater in front than on the hind limbs. So I've paired in front of that living sole, and I don't want to thin that at all, but I'm just paring back where the hoof wall has separated, and we'll keep that beveled off. At this stage, I don't trim that hoof wall back on the horizontal plane too much, because I'm relying on the strength of that hoof capsule for security for the horse. Now, following on from that, fast forward 10 weeks, he's just been shod. This is a few days ago, and he's comfortable again. He's got 4 shoes on. He's recovered that much that I'm anticipating, I say this with caution, he may even have his hind shoes taken off, as the amount of recovery is really, really good. He's got a good frog. His feet are recovering well. You see, as he comes in, he's quite happy to turn about, and he's quite chipper. His ears are forward, his eyes are bright, and he's interested in life, and he's well on the way to recovery. There's a few months more before he's got completely normal feet. But I hope you find that interesting and even helpful. Nice to chat, and I'll introduce this fella to you a little bit further down the line when he's hopefully out doing more than he is at the moment. Thank you for watching Imprint and me. Thank you. Bye for now.